Hey YouTube, smoking my Savinelli rusticated Dublin, and in it I'm smoking tobacco that I haven't smoked in probably a good 2 years. And that tobacco is McClelland's Straight Virginia, Red Virginia, and its bulk number, I think it's number 5100. Interesting thing about this tobacco, I'm pretty sure it's the tobacco that people are thinking of when they talk about McClelland's ketchupy smell. And that ketchup smell, I've read, comes from their Virginias, and I would think that the smell would come from their Red Virginias more than anything. But it is a straight Red Virginia, and I think the last video I made. Hold on. Loud trucks. I think the last video I made, I mentioned something about finding a packet of tobacco when I was rummaging through my drawer. Same thing happened with this tobacco. I thought I had thrown it away, but I kept it, and I pretty much forgotten about it because the last time I smoked it, which was about 2 years ago, when my palate wasn't as developed, I just disregarded it as boring, bland, one-dimensional. I think it's still pretty one-dimensional, but I just didn't like it. Didn't taste like much to me. And I'm revisiting it now, and it's delicious. It really is. It's still. I can see why people say it's bland, but I'm tasting so much more now, and I think that right there is proof that, and this is especially geared towards beginners and newbies, that it is true that your palate does take time to develop. And when I first started, that just didn't make any sense to me. I thought to myself, well, if I can't taste it now, then I'll never be able to taste it. And that seems pretty logical. But I think equally as logical is the idea that as one begins to experience a new genre of tastes, such as pipe tobacco, one begins to have the ability to pick out the nuances within those genres. You know, the same can be said about anything. It could be said about beer, a genre of beer like the pale ale or the IPA. Books, genre of books like mystery novels. Your first mystery novel isn't going to mean that much to you, but if you love mystery novels and all you read is mystery novels, then you're really going to be able to pick out what you like about it and what you don't. So same can be said about pipe tobacco, but more specifically Virginias. And because this is a straight Virginia, I think it applies to. I think it's a little bit more narrowed, or a little bit more specific to say, the more you taste Virginias, the more acquainted your palate will become towards Virginia specifically. And the reason I say that is because, to me, ever since I've started smoking, aromatics, the tastes tend to jump out at you because a lot of the times the taste is added. And English blends, you can normally taste the nuances in Latakia and Balkan blends as well, just because the tasting, or the taste of the Orientals and Latakia, it's a very striking taste. But Virginia, it's a little bit harder to discern Virginias because to most non-smokers or new pipe smokers, it simply tastes like cigarettes, or maybe an ex-cigarette smoker will say, oh, it tastes like cigarettes. But truly there are fun and exciting tastes to be tasted within the Virginia family, and it simply takes time to get used to. And that applies more I think, with the McClelland's red cake than any other tobacco, because at first it comes across as kind of a bland, boring taste, but the more you develop your palate and the more you try other Virginia flakes, try the popular ones like Full Virginia Flake and Orlick, and the more you get a palate for what Virginia's tastes like, and the more you can appreciate McClelland's 5100. But anyways, that's my thoughts on palate developing, and yep, see ya.